I'm back in case you needed to know.
Mayor Barnett, we're ready when you are.
Good evening, Farmington Hills. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of October 19th for the Farmington Hills City Council. I want to remind everybody that this is a teleconference call, and if you've got any questions or want to get in line to speak during comments, public comments and questions, you have to dial 1-312-626-6799. Again, that phone number is 1-312-626-6799. We'll start the meeting as we always do with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will now have the roll call, and please remember to state your name and where you are located, city and state at this time.
Mayor Barnett.
Yes, Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Councilmember Bolaware.
Jackie Bolaware, Farmington Hills.
Councilmember Bridges.
Michael Bridges, City of Farmington Hills.
Mayor Pro Tem Knoll.
Valerie Knoll, Farmington Hills.
Councilmember Massey. I will note that he is absent. Councilmember Newland
Mary Newland, Farmington Hills, Michigan.
and Councilmember Steckloff.
We have the Steckloff, Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Okay, and we will now have an opportunity to approve the regular session meeting agenda. So is there a motion to approve the agenda? This is
Mayor
where Ken
Barnett?
normally, yes. Who is this?
This was Valerie Knoll.
Thank you, Val.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
And this
Okay.
is Jackie. I second that.
Okay, this calls for a roll call vote.
Councilmembers Newland,
Yes.
Bolaware,
Yes.
Steckloff,
Yes.
Bridges,
Yes.
Knoll,
Yes.
and Mayor Barnett.
Yes. And now we have a proclamation honoring and recognizing community policing in Farmington Hills. Ms. Newland, would you please read that for us into the record?
This is a proclamation honoring community policing in Farmington Hills. Whereas police officers are indispensable members of the community who put their lives on the line to protect others. And whereas promoting strong relationships founded in trust and mutual respect between law officers and the community they serve help ensure the safety and effective execution of the law. And whereas law enforcement officers and communities that work together to address public safety concerns can create lasting solutions to difficult challenges. And whereas a long-term commitment to community policing is necessary to eliminate the underlying cause of crime. And whereas the investment of community policing must be supported through programs like the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services of the Department of Justice to ensure that state and local law enforcement agencies have necessary resources. And whereas community policing has been recognized as an important tool for improving the relationship between law enforcement officers and the community they serve. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Vicki Barnett, Mayor of the City of Farmington Hills, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby honor and recognize community policing in Farmington Hills and encourage our citizens, our elected officials, and our police department to identify ways in which communities may improve public safety, strengthen relationships, and increase trust. Signed, Vicki Barnett.
Thank you very much. And we will send that off to our police chief Jeff King, and commend the department and also our fire department that has been doing wonderful work the last few weeks. Next is correspondence. Does anybody have any correspondence to report that we did all not receive?
Yes, I have one.
Okay,
Carol Boynton, who lives on Winterset Circle. It was regarding a water issue in which a home on Morning View, there was water that from a sub pump that was trenched to drain over the sidewalk and in to her yard. It was not connected to the sewer system. I have been working with the city and Dave Boyer, and they come up with the workaround that is going to solve that problem temporarily until next year, in which we can work with the homeowner to get that sub pump trenched into the sewer system.
very good. Anybody else?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and that brings us to the consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion. I'm going to ask that you separate out the minutes, whoever makes the motion, because two of us were not there and must abstain. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or citizen so requests, in which event the items may be removed from the consent agenda for consideration. And I will now turn over the consent agenda reading to Mayor Pro Tem Knoll.
Thank you. Item number 4, recommended authorization of High Score Lounge LLC, HSE concession agreement with the Department of Special Services, CMR 10-20-104. Item 5, recommended authorization of consultant services performed by MakerWorks for the Farmington Hills Community Center, the Hawk Maker Space, in an amount not to exceed $50,000. This is CMR 10-20-105. Item 6, recommended approval of award of bid for as-needed low-voltage cabling, related services and equipment to High Tech System Services in an estimated amount of $25,000 for a one-year term with extensions. CMR 10-20-106. And item 7, recommended approval of the City Council regular session meeting minutes of September 28, 2020.
Okay, is there a motion to approve 4 through 6?
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
I move that the council will move to approve consent agenda items 4, 5, 6 as read by the Mayor Pro Tem.
is there a second?
This is Jackie. I second that.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Bridges, seconded by Councilmember Bolaware. This is a roll call vote.
Council members Bolaware,
Yes.
Steckloff,
Yes.
Bridges,
Yes.
Knoll,
Yes.
Newland,
Yes.
and Mayor Barnett.
Yes, and now somebody needs to move the consent agenda item number 7, which is the regular session meeting minutes. Mr. Bridges?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I move that the council approve consent agenda item number 7 as read by the Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, is there a second?
This is Mary Newell, second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Bridges, seconded by Councilmember Newland. This is a roll call vote.
Council members Steckloff,
Yes.
I don't think so.
are you abstaining?
Oh, abstain. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Council member Bridges,
Yes.
Council member Knoll,
Yes.
Newland,
Yes.
Bolaware,
Yes.
and Mayor Barnett.
Abstain.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is public questions and comments. Is there anybody on the line that would like to make some public questions or comments limited to 5 minutes for any item not on the city business agenda?
Mayor Barnett, I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, then we will close the section on public questions and comments and move now to council member comments and announcements. Anybody have anything they wish to say? Okay, well, I would like to congratulate the fire department on their recent outings that have been very successful to our public. And I want to thank them for being such a professional department. And I also want to remind everybody that if they need a flu shot, they can go to the Caustic Center tomorrow, October 20th, from, I believe, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and get a free flu shot, which is sponsored by Oakland County. And I'll let Mr. Boyer fill everybody in on that. And he can do so right now under city manager update.
Thank you, Mayor. Couple things. October 24th, which is this coming up Saturday, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. If you have any old medication around your house and you'd like to get rid of that, you can bring it to the police department. They are working with the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, for a prescription drug pay or take back. So you can drop your old prescriptions off at City Hall. Please do not put those down the drain. And then the November 1st coming up, Sunday, November 1st is our time to change the batteries in your smoke detectors. That is the daylight savings times changed at that point, and we change the time. We also change our batteries. At this time, our city clerk has a couple updates for you, and I'll let her.
Okay,
Thank you. I just wanted to mention that starting tomorrow through Election Day, if residents still wish to register to vote, they would need to do so in person in the local clerk's office. And we do have extended hours for any election-related business, registering to vote, obtaining an absentee ballot, dropping off a ballot. This week and next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, our extended hours are 8:30 until 7 p.m. And next week is the same for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Saturday, October 24th, we are open 8:30 until 3. And Saturday, October 31st, we are open at 7 a.m. until 3. So just wanted to please encourage residents to take advantage of those extended hours. Don't wait to the last minute to take care of your election-related business, because we're already getting quite a few people and starting to come into City Hall. It's getting very busy. So get in and take care of that.
and they
Thank
can
you.
also vote at the same time.
If they come in and register, they can obtain an absentee ballot from our office, and that's through Election Day. And that is on Election Day, that is only people who are not already registered. So if you're already registered on Election Day, if you haven't received an absentee ballot yet, your only option is to go to the polls.
Okay, and if people want to vote early, they can come into City Hall during those hours as well.
Correct. And early voting is in Michigan, we're trying to stress because there's a lot of confusion out there. Early voting is the same as absentee voting, is the same as mail-in voting.
Okay.
All the same, but we do have voting booths at City Hall where they could actually fill it out, complete it, and turn it right back in.
Okay, and for people in the public who are concerned about their ballots, I want you to know that if you drop them off to a drop box at City Hall, there is a video monitor making sure that your ballot will be safe until it is taken out of the box by an official clerk, and that we have a camera system set up to make sure that there is no tampering. And I want to thank clerks and especially Clerk Smith for her hard work, knowing that we were going to have some major changes during this election with a high voter turnout as well. So thank you for what your department is doing. And I know you're kind of all sprawled out there in council chambers as well as the Caustic Center. So again, thank you for having a great staff that is willing to put in the hours to get this done.
Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging them. The staff, I do have a great staff, and they are working very long hours since August. We really never stopped since the August election. So kudos to them for all the hard work they're putting in.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Next,
If I may I also put a shout out to Pam Smith. Also, thank you I live in precinct 26, which is being moved. And I know we've received our postcard. We received our new voter registration cards. And Pam also listened to some suggestions I had for signage of the day of the election, maybe even some, flyers that someone could pick up and say, where I'm here at, where I used to be, where do I need to go to vote now? So thank you, Pam, for maybe going the extra mile to doing that for our precinct 26.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And precinct 26 has been relocated to?
Precinct 26 has moved from the Farmington Community School to the Tawheed Center. We have had signs up out at both locations for about a month now. And like Councilmember Newland mentioned, postcards went out to the individual voters that are affected, as well as new ID cards. And we do plan, because of the weather, we're not sure how that would work that day with flyers, but we're looking at possibly having persons stationed there, at least first thing in the morning and at key times to direct people on where they should go.
Okay, and signs on the door.
Yeah, they're actually out at the big sandwich board signs that our DPW made for us that are out at the road, so that people, if they see them now, they don't even necessarily go and park. We're not sure that we'll able to get up to the doors then. I know the community school is closing. I don't think there's any construction going on right now, but we're hoping that people don't have to go park and walk all the way up to the door.
Okay. And that brings us now to new business, consideration of approval of appointments to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. And that would be former Mayor Barry Brickner to take the place of Chris McCray, who moved out of the city, and our finance director to sit in place of our former finance director, and for Councilmember Bolawar to sit on the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority as our council member that is required to be on there. Is there anybody offering a motion?
Mayor,
Yes,
this is Valerie. I'll make the motion.
okay.
Okay, I would move the following appointments to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. First being Thomas Scribola for a 3-year term ending February 1, 2024. Also Barry Brickner for a 3-year term, also ending February 1, 2024. And for Jackie Bolawar for an unexpired term. Well, actually, it's not unexpired. There's no length to it, but the term ends February 1, 2022.
Okay.
Mayor,
Is there a second?
Mayor Barnett, I'll second that.
Okay, so it's been moved by Mayor Pro Tem Valerie Knoll and seconded by Council Member Michael Bridges. This is a roll call vote.
Council members Bridges, Councilmember Bridges, okay.
Yes.
Councilmember Knoll,
Yes.
Newland,
Yes.
Bolawar,
Yes.
Steckloff,
Yes.
and Mayor Barnett.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
that brings us now toward the end of the agenda to the attorney's report. Does anybody have any questions? Have you all received the attorney report? I'm guessing since there's no questions, you've all received it and have no questions at this time.
Mayor
And
Barnett,
now- Yes,
can I make one comment? Not regarding the attorney's report, but just as we are getting ready to maybe close this meeting, we do have the closed session afterwards. It is one continuous meeting, so we will make sure that everybody that cannot be and should not be in the closed session is out. The meeting will then be locked, and then we'll go into closed session, but all council members and the staff that are required to be in the closed session should remain on this meeting.
okay, and this is a closed session to discuss the IAFF and Teamsters and Dispatch bargaining agreements. So at this moment, we will enter the closed session.
But we need a motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion. I
Okay,
can do it. This is Valerie. I will make a motion that we enter into closed session to discuss collective bargaining agreements.
Valerie, can you read it from the agenda? I think we do have to discuss which
Yeah,
collective bargaining.
sorry. To discuss the IAFF, Teamsters, and dispatch bargaining agreements.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mayor Pro Tem Knoll and seconded by Councilmember Bridges to move into closed session to discuss the IAFF, Teamsters, and dispatch collective bargaining agreements. We will return to an open session after that for the purposes of formal adjournment. So I will now close the.
We need a
public
roll call
meeting.
vote, Mayor.
Oh, we need a roll call vote. Yes, thank you.
Council members Knoll,
Yes.
Newland,
Yes.
Bulaware,
Yes.
Steckloff,
Yes.
Bridges,
Yes.
and Mayor Barnett.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayor Barnett, I'll let you know when we're ready.